Hey y'all. Okay, today is June 10th, 2023, and this is just kind of a look at the seedlings, how they're doing. They've been outside for weeks now, except for these ones. I ended up, because I wasn't sure, I saved seeds from my pumpkins and stuff, and so I didn't know if I did it properly. Let's see, this is a butternut squash. I know, I saved seeds off a butternut squash. Don't know what I'll get because this was not actually mine. I got like the Jardale pumpkins. This was from a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin that I bought last year for Halloween. And so I thought, even if I get something a little different, that's okay. I'm going to try it anyways. I like to save seeds and just see what I get. It's kind of fun. It's like a surprise. That's watermelon. These are watermelon. These are the crimson sweets that I grew last year. And, that tomato plant doesn't look very good. Oh man, these have been doing, they don't look pretty. They're definitely getting yellow. They've been in the cups for a little too long, but they're not that root bound or anything. So I don't know. That guy, I don't know what happened to him, honestly. Anyways. I also have, these are honey rock cantaloupe. They're supposed to be like baseball to softball sized personal cantaloupes. I bought these seeds off from migardener.com, along with these eggplants, which I really don't know how that is supposed to be pronounced, but obviously it looks like asswad, but I don't think that's how it's pronounced, but I don't know, maybe. The peppers are doing okay. There's some purpling. Same thing. It's funny because I was looking at these seedlings, which are the tallest, and I was like, what are these ones? And, these are dry now. They need some. But this is the tall cherry plant from last year, the plant that got the tallest in the garden. I mean, that guy just was sky high. And he's the tallest seedling. It's kind of cute. I like it. My cabbages are doing okay. This is the kale. This is the dinosaur kale. Hopefully these are all going to be put into beds. I got to start marking the location for everything. So I'm not growing quite as many. I'm growing mostly the San Marzano tomatoes. A few cherries. Different ones just to experiment to see, like the tall one and the one that there were big tomatoes coming out of that drawer last year where I just put it in there at the end because it was dying. It was just kind of a last spur of the moment thing. And then I do have, we're just calling them the big dog tomato because that's basically the ones that were growing that was kind of a mystery because I wasn't sure. It started out as a hybrid and I thought it was an heirloom, so I saved the seeds from it, and it turned out it was not an heirloom because it was Park's Whopper Improved, which I guess is a hybrid of a Whopper and I don't even know what all it was, but anyways, I saved the seeds from it and got some really nice tomatoes off it. I was really excited. So I'm just going to keep trying to breed that out and see what we get. I had two different ones. One that the plant did the best, which is that big dog. The plant did the very best as far as staving off diseases. And then I have a huge one. I labeled it huge dog, which, yeah, I know, silly. But the tomatoes got almost 2 pounds. They were ginormous. So save seeds from that too. So we'll see what happens. Looks like I need to water these. But this is only the second or third day out for these guys because they've only been in the cups for 2 weeks. And then I got some other stuff, I'm regrowing my thyme. Let's see, what else? Regrowing oregano. Some basil, of course. You have to regrow that every year. Spilanthes, which is a toothache plant. My parsley has not done anything so far, which is kind of annoying. Lemon balm, I only got one little guy that has come up. Let's see, and I also have Black Beauty eggplants, so I'm trying 2 different kinds. And then I've got okra here. What is this? The Clemson Spineless. We've never even had okra, so I don't know. It's gonna be a learning experience. And I have a honeydew here as well. So we're just gonna see. And I did buy this 6-pack of sweet potato slips because my sweet potatoes are far behind. Just like everything, my onions are, they're kind of worse for wear. They didn't make it very well, so we'll have to see. But a friend of mine got me a bag of bulbs of red onion bulbs. So we're gonna plant those and see how it goes. I've never grown them by bulbs, and I don't know how well it's gonna do, but we're gonna find out. And I'll show you those in a little bit, and we'll take a look at kind of what I'm working on today. Okay, so today what I'm working on is these. Now, we haven't got our raised beds made yet, but they're kind of already spoken for. So what I plan to do is I got these boxes from work, and they're just like a plastic corrugated cardboard type of thing. And I'm gonna grow onions and sweet potatoes in them. That's my plan. Now the sweet potatoes, I'm gonna need more, but I'm gonna wait until mine are kind of ready, I guess. So what we did, we went to Family Farm and Home, and we got this composted manure just like last year, and this topsoil just like last year. And this year I bought several bricks of this cocoa coir to kind of lighten it up, and we're gonna just try to do a mixture and see how that works. And hopefully it'll give me a nice semi-fluffy sort of soil, but we'll see. And here's an update on the potatoes, because I never really showed you after I got them planted in the ground, those really tall potatoes. But look at how good they're doing, you guys, I swear. Now this one doesn't have any new growth on it yet, unless maybe this little guy. But look at all of these. I mean, they started putting on new growth. They're like really kicking off and getting started here. And I'm really excited. So from this side of the bed to about the middle-ish area, somewhere in here, those are all russets from that side. And then from here all the way over are red potatoes. Now there might be some russets in the very back, because these potatoes that were in the far back actually came out of the main garden area right there when we were covering it with fabric. They were actually already growing from last year, so they got left in the ground, which we did leave some little tiny ones in the ground, but apparently we also missed some slightly bigger ones. Like that one was a rather large potato, and it was growing again. So yeah, so we put these in here. That's what this bed is going to be this year. And my plan is to do garlic in here in the fall maybe. So, but you can see like all these weeds that are grown in here. It was kind of like I had all this mowed grass, and just like last year when I put it on the garden, I knew it was going to drop seeds all over the place, and that's basically what it did. So I'll have to come through. I've been kind of like scraping them off every now and then, and I'll have to do that for a while until they stop germinating everywhere. But it's fine. This is manageable. It's not too bad. I can't remember. I don't think I showed you yet. This is the fabric mostly tacked down. Again, I've got a little bit more to do, like around the edges, some more tacking, but for the most part, this is what it's going to look like. Now, we got to put the fencing up here still, which is like over there. But my son had wisdom tooth pulled, and just kind of the timing of it, so he can't really help, so I'm gonna have to do it by myself probably this year. But it's working out, I think, pretty good. There's one problem is there's so many mole tunnels. Like as I'm walking through here, I'm like squishing down every now and then because there's the moles like crazy. So hopefully they move on. They get their fill of all the grubs or whatever, and then they just move on. That's my hope. And I gotta start marking today where all this stuff is gonna go. So I plan on bringing, I have a chalk marker I'm hoping will work, and I'm gonna count how many tomatoes of every kind that I have and try to figure out exactly where they're going to be planted. I'm trying not to plant too many tomatoes back to back because I think that kind of exacerbated the airflow problem. So we're just gonna have to work with it, because this is all the garden area I have right now. Maybe next year we'll stretch it out, or probably rework it several times till we get it right. And this is probably still going to be the site of the pumpkins. So, but this year there'll be no potatoes here, obviously. So we'll do pumpkins, and we'll just probably let them kind of sprawl into this area. And it's going to be hard because this is not tilled, and so there's lots of grass and weeds, and so I don't know. We're just going to have to see how that goes. I've thought about laying fabric down and just kind of like cutting holes where different parts of the pumpkins are and staking them in those parts, just because it's nice for the pumpkins to be able to root in the ground where they touch, and it helps protect them from those stupid caterpillars, the vine borers. Okay, so I'm gonna, yeah, and you can see my grass is like really, really tall and gross. It has not rained here still. It's been like a month, and I'm kind of afraid if I mow this grass, it will be completely dead. And so we really haven't been out here much, to be honest, other than watering everything. This poor grapevine, which still does not look very nice, but it does have this growth on it here and there, and it's starting to get some growth in some spots that didn't bud out before. Like some of these are still soft, so I think they could turn into something. Like this is like really soft still. I'm not 100% sure, but we've been just like keeping it watered, and hopefully it'll make it through this, because I know you're supposed to like prune this all back anyways. Well, I'm not actually sure on which kind this is, so I gotta do a little more research, so I'm not gonna touch it till then. But it looks like it's alive. It's definitely stunted, but it's gonna make it. Alright, well, this is what it looks like so far. I'm still trying to decide for sure 100% what to put in here. It took a bag of each and one brick to fill each one. So that's like, I think that's about like 2 cubic feet of each. Anyways, I'm trying to decide, because I'm sort of afraid if I put the sweet potatoes in here that they won't have very much room to form. But if I put the onions in here, I mean, that's just way too deep. So I think I might do like 2 sweet potato plants in each one. And I might even, like some of these beds, like this one, nothing came back in here. I don't even remember if I had anything actually in this one besides pumpkins and stuff last year. So this one, I might be able to fill up with more soil and then plant onions in these, because they're so like shallow. And I don't know about doing it back here, because you can see from the eaves up there, this is where the water line is, and it just digs a hole straight down in there. So I don't know about that, but this I just have just chives, and I don't know, I think this is a weed of some sort. I'm pretty sure. And so I've got all this room here and here that I could potentially put onions in. I mean, the plan was to put sweet potatoes in here. I made it plenty deep to do that. So I think I will just stick with that, and I'm just going to put 2 in each one. And out of that 6-pack, then I'll have 2 plants left, because I'm afraid if I put 3, that's just going to be way too much in these things. So I'm supposed to be getting more of these containers. We get these kind quite a bit, so I'm hoping I'll get some more of those soon. I bought from Family Farm and Home a 6-pack of Beauregard sweet potato vines, because mine are just kind of behind, like I said, and I don't want to miss out. So let me get those in here. So basically that's how I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna like poke a little hole on each side, and we're gonna just pop a plant in there. And they're a little root bound, but they're not bad. And obviously I'm gonna keep it with the same soil level. And then I'll come back through with a watering can and get these. That's basically what I'm doing. Like I said, I might like add a little more soil to these and then put some of those onion sets in here and just see what happens. Alright, so that's what I've decided. And these are the little red onion sets. And so I'm just gonna plant some of those in here, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so I have no idea how to really plant these because I've never planted them before, so I don't think they need to go very deep just because supposedly they are the onions anyways. They'll hopefully just bulb up, but I don't know. Everything I heard says that you need to plant them from seed if you have the best chance. But we'll see. We're going to put them like, I think we'll just do like 3 rows this way and like 4 that way. It looks like would fit. I'm going to plant this one just because it's already got greenery and maybe that will help it. I don't know. I'm nervous because I don't know how deep to plant these. I probably should have Googled it first. I mean, because by the end with onions you're like spooning around them, but I mean they also have to have a chance to root, so we'll see. I could be being totally foolish at this point. I guess I'm only going to be able to get like 9 in here, looks like. Because if I try to go further over, I just will not have room at all. Is this a rock? Yeah, let me toss that over there. I want a rock in here. Okay, well, I'm gonna Google this and fix it if I'm completely wrong. I just moved the straw aside for now. Look at, for $1.50, there's like probably, I mean it's a pound. It looks like there's probably nearly like 75 or 100 little onions in there. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'll go in and Google because I don't know if I'm supposed to bury these fully, but there's some weeds in there still. Okay, so I'll just recover these and I'll bring it back if I'm wrong. Okay, everything I read says to plant them like an inch below the ground, so I think they're probably okay. I'll just go through and like kind of push them down. Push them down just a little bit. But I think with this layer of mulch over the top, the straw mulch, I think they should be fine, to be honest. I think it's going to be fine. I don't know if we'll get onions because, you know, again, I've heard a lot of conflicting things that really you should grow them by seed, but my seeds did not work out so well this year. They damped off or something, even in the cocoa core, even, I don't know, maybe they did get watered too much. I didn't feel like I watered them. I waited for them to dry out on top between, but maybe it was just too much this year. I think it hasn't helped that I've also had them outside now for about almost a month. I guess it's been several weeks anyways. And we've had a couple nights that got down into the upper 40s and 50s. I think that hasn't helped. So hopefully now that we're, you know, really coming in. I mean, it's still supposed to get down to like 50s or something, but it's looking gray out here too. We're supposed to start getting rain, I thought tomorrow or something, but good rain tonight. Finally, we need it badly. Okay. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I know it's probably kind of a long video, Sometimes I do a 5-minute video, sometimes I do a 35-minute video, but I'll see you hopefully soon with another update, and hopefully we'll get planting in the actual garden over there, and we'll see. All right, well, take care. God bless.